So today we're doing this build for Arnold, who is in my Legacy challenge, the Compressionist challenge that I'm doing in as my Grind Together Let's Play. And so now we're just diving straight into it. And so a little bit of story. He's just got engaged and has come across some money that his wife has brought. So you're going to want to check these videos out. They'll be linked in the description and at the end of this video. But yeah, you should definitely watch. And yeah, so I'm just diving in right now, creating the house and the price one. Something that I think is going to look good, is going to be cool, is going to be interesting for this challenge and for this Let's Play. And yeah, and so I just jumping in, just trying different things out. I haven't really been playing The Sims for like a huge amount of time. It's really only been a few months actually probably doing it. So building is something that I'm like quite new to. I did play it as a kid a tiny bit, but I can tell you I was not building when I was playing The Sims as a kid. Um, I actually wasn't allowed to play The Sims, and I would play it when I would visit my cousins. And so, that wasn't very often. We didn't live in the same area. And so, yeah, so my building expertise is quite low, but I feel like I've come a little bit of a ways. And yeah, so at the moment, just kind of getting an idea and a price for the shape of the building and the outside. So then I get an idea of when I go inside, what it's going to look like, what the work is going to be. Um, and yeah, just with the plan and the ideas of keeping it plain. Now, my guy Arnold, he likes basic decor and he likes black and he likes grey. And so this is going to be a very colored brand way in that. Little bit of a spoiler. I built the top and the outside and then found out I wanted the inside to be different. So we do go back to change it. But yeah, and so now just diving in, just trying all different things. I figured since I'm new, and a lot of you guys probably don't have tens, hundreds of hours to spend to practice building, that you would like to see more of the build in to actually see a little bit of the process of like when I build and I go through like how am I creating the spaces? Is this working? So as you saw here, I put the kitchen in one spot, I put it in a second spot, another spot. Now I've created another space. So just really working it all out, just trying it out. Now, I'm going for that modern look. I end up deciding and choosing. With him liking grey, with him liking black. We don't really know his fiance very much just yet. So, we're just going off what we know of Arnold, and he's a very, very basic guy. And so, yeah, so that's kind of where we're going. Just creating a basic sort of house with like spaces that's needed. Um, in this challenge, we do plan to have 5 kids. So this house definitely is not going to be final. I can tell you that. But yeah, so I've created off these spaces, thinking a bedroom there at the front. You have to have bedrooms at the front with nice big windows. As you can see, now we're creating the space for the bathroom here in the middle. Plan is to have that back room to be another bedroom. So yeah, just really going through, creating a nice livable space with the budget that we had. Now, as you saw in the beginning of this video, he actually just had a bed and a shower. And now all of a sudden he has this. So yeah, it's a bit of a change. It's going to be a bit of culture shock there for Arnold when he gets back in to see this place that he has this huge, large house and space. So yeah, now I moved the chairs and tables out, figured he doesn't really have any stuff. And yeah, so I'm gonna diversify it out, spread it out, along the price in this area, in this space. You don't want it to be all crammed. So yeah, we expand the house out a little bit there, realizing there's not enough space for a double bed to fit in there, and now we're going to expand the house across again to keep the evenness look of the outside. Now we're going to try and figure out where this living space is going to be, as well as an office, because Arnold is a writer. He's just been writing books. He needs to complete the writing aspiration. So yeah, we want to create a nice space that he can sit at and can do some writing and things to write out his books and his novels as he goes to become a writer. Yeah, he will also be doing the writing career. We haven't jumped into that as of now, but definitely planning to do that. So yeah, so we're just creating this space, going through, opening it up. I love open open spaces. I think it looks great. Much prefer open living than lots of tiny little hidden nookie type places. I'm Australian. You may or may not pick that up with my accent. But in Australia, we love our dining, living, kitchen spaces to all be open. We prefer it all connecting with each other very closely. We don't like to have one kitchen room and one dining room and one living room. We have to have that space open as when we have people over and things together. Like those are the three rooms we like to be in, and we like to be able to interact and to see each other in all these spaces, in all these areas. And so that's what I'm going for here, trying to create the open space. Now, I've ended up creating another room at the back, which has given us this like weird, tiny little living space. But hey, we're sticking with it. Yeah, going with the basic look. This price is like going to be very vast, and as you can see here, this is when I'm like, yep, this is a modern build, not a cute family type of looking home as you might see in America in a suburban price and area. And so I'm changing everything up here, changing the doors, changing the windows, and then we'll dive into the roof in a second here just to see, making it more modern. You're probably thinking or wondering, looking at it, why such large windows at a price? Like, there's that main road right there. Yeah, I know. It's right into the bedroom. But hey, it looks good. It looks nice. This is The Sims. It's not fully people. So we're just gonna live with it, okay? We're gonna live with it now. Yeah. So we're just gonna live with that. Now we're just going through creating this roof, this modern, different sort of look. I try to do things a little bit different, a little bit unique, especially with my roof lines. I know with The Sims, especially, you see a lot of the cottage core sort of look, sort of thing. For some reason, I don't seem to see very many of these sort of builds, and being someone that has been praying for that long, I want to experiment. I want to try and see what works, what looks out. Now, just going through here, finding out interior doors, trying to keep that nice modern look. We go with these black doors, keeping it very brand, just the way Arnold likes it. Very brand, simple, black and white. Can't go wrong. Which also gives us plenty of space, plenty of area to really cater it to their needs, to as they start having a family, as we start to learn Cecilia, who she is, what she's like, what she's into. And then we can start incorporating her personality into this place and this area as well. as this isn't just like me going through doing a renovation build that I might do, or building a new house. This is very catered towards my Let's Play. And so you'll see here I'm not looking at packs. I'm sorry guys, but I'm not looking at using the fewest amount of packs that I can. This price is the price that I'm praying in a lot, and so I want it to be nice, to be something that I think the family is going to like. And yeah, once again, just putting some more modern, bigger windows above the kitchens. I just love to be able to look out my window and to see outside. It's just nice. We just have it. I have it in my house here. Whenever I get the chance, I probably mostly like you. I'm gonna put a window or a mirror above the kitchen, above the stovetop. And yeah, so now we're just looking inside, just really embracing the modern look. And now this bedroom is the one spot where we will get a little bit of something, a little bit of pink. Cecilia's favorite color is pink. And so that's what we're doing. We're throwing in a little bit of pink into the space. I don't know how long this is going to stay. The wall, yeah, maybe doesn't really fully go with the rug. I prefer the rug over the wall. So that wall might change, but hey, this is what we have. This is what we've got, and we've gone through this time. Yeah, just really going through, decorating it out, getting some end tables. Now here, gonna find some yaps, find these ones with a nice little pinkish tinge to it. Adding to that, and then realize there's with these big windows, there's not much space for a wardrobe, but I found this one here. Yeah, and it worked great. It worked perfectly. Fitted in that space really nicely, really well. Now into the bathroom, just fixing it up a little bit, seeing there's plenty of space. Once again, I want to keep it dark. I want to keep it brand. You'll notice, yeah, it's not really putting much clutter or stuff in the price. We want to throw you go young, throw you fill it out. And so, yeah, that's what's happening. I want to be able to make this price cute and nice. As time goes along, as we figure out what they're like. You keep putting a bookcase here, then I realize, wait, yeah, the front door's right there. We probably don't want to put a large bookcase right at the front door. That's probably not the smartest. So, yeah, let's decorate this little living room space. Get a little bit of foliage in with these plants. A little bit of something a bit different. The TV, I was like, yeah, we may as well just buy a nice one. Yeah, then we never have to think about changing TVs again. We'll just keep that one. Now outside, changing the trim. I really like this trim in cats and dogs that I found, especially in this like all black house. Yeah, I was like, I think we're going to go with that. And now jumping in here, decide to open up this little space, put a window in it, make it nice and bright, nice and light in here. And then we fill this wonderful space with a buy-in, because once again, we don't know what we're doing just yet. But we do know one of the parts of the challenge for this generation is to max out the buy-in skill. So yeah, so we have a buy-in to be able to do that. Maybe Cecilia will be a buy-in prior. She's a barista, so she works 2 hours, 5 days a week in the mornings. But other than that, she's pretty free at the moment, pretty open to do different things. And so she might become a stay-at-home mom. So, you know, she's going to need to find some hobbies, find some things to fill in that time. And so now we're doing a little bit of of decor here. I figured, these are just the tiny little bits that are going to be in this price. He's got white floors. He wants to keep the house clean as soon as you come in. So there's going to be a shoe rack, going to just drop the house down a little bit. It's more of a modern house. I don't want it up high at all. Just pricing in the stairs, getting rid of the underneath, because why waste that money? And this is starting to look like the price. Yeah, decided not to do any landscaping just yet. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll figure out what we're gonna do. Maybe we have a garden. We decide to do that. We don't know exactly what we're doing with the kids just yet. But yeah, this is pretty much it. Just touching up, throwing in the mailbox, out the front, throwing in the bin, the few little necessary items that your Sims need so we don't have trash everywhere. Like in one of our past episodes. You'll see if you watch it. But yeah, so this is the house that Arnold and Cecilia are going to be living in. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. This build didn't end up too shabby, eh? Anyway, we post 3 days a week if you want to follow along with Arnold's story.